When I was a teenager, I found myself in situations where I had to explain my actions to my grandfather. Regardless of the circumstances, my grandfather usually started those kinds of discussions with a statement I would carry with me the rest of my life. He told me I was smart enough to make the right decisions. Even though it did not always seem to be the case, my grandfather's words were forever etched into my memory. I was now in a situation where I wish I had my grandfather's 80-plus years of life experiences to help guide me. As much as I longed for that to be possible, he was now with our Maker. I like to believe he was watching over me as I tried to live up to his words and prove he was correct. The decisions I was making no longer concerned only me. They were directly affecting the entire population of Earth. Some of my choices would even have galactic repercussions. My attempts at trying to talk sense into the Earth-bound authorities only led to the usual political BS. Most were only concerned with their loss of power and not the bigger picture. Rather than wait another 10 years or so to see if they could come to a consensus, I decided to take the protection of Earth into my own hands. The methods I chose put me at odds with most of the power brokers that ran the different governments on Earth. After the initial shock and distrust of what I had done eased, things seemed like they might move forward in a positive manner. The carrots I presented for all to consume took a lot of the sting out of the stick I wielded to enforce my decisions. While there was still an underlying angst, people, for the most part, embraced the changes I was bringing to their doorstep. Now, I had to step back and patiently watch and hope they were smart enough to make the right decisions. Commander, there are no anomalous contacts to report, and the Legacy will be landing at Alpha Base in 17 minutes. The report from the AI that operated the Legacy pulled me from my earthly ruminations. Thank you, Justice. Please notify our clan of our arrival in the star system. Affirmative, Commander. I would also like to inform you I have prepared med pods for the prisoners who breathe exotic atmospheres. They will be ready for immediate transfer to their new quarters. And the Prule intelligence? It will remain isolated in the hangar until my subsystems and the Overseer have finished construction of its containment vessel. They require an additional 8 hours to complete the project. Making eye contact with each of my crew members as they gathered around me, I smiled and told them to take a 10-hour rest period. My first officer and significant other, Tria Burler, took my hand and stood at my side. Kuntz and Clutch walked away doing their usual routine of poking at each other and name-calling. The insults they traded under their breath made me roll my eyes. I knew deep down their relationship was that of siblings. You would never be able to tell by the way they carried on. My newest crew member, Sail Nalin, stood her ground in front of Tria and me. She obviously had other things on her mind. I had a feeling she would not budge until I heard what she had to say. Since she was not being more forthcoming, I determined her silence was an invitation for inquiry.